Hi, welcome to the Strong Mama Moves YouTube channel. I am Amanda and I am who runs Strong Mama Moves. I wanted to set up this channel just to tell my story as a mum and to share the little bits and pieces that I've done to carry me through my first year and beyond of motherhood. Why am I doing this? I have went through quite a trying time. It was quite difficult in my first year. I am a single mum to Ruby, but I've also lost both my parents. So I didn't have them to turn to or to hand Ruby over to. So I had to figure out quite a lot of stuff myself. I had a solo pregnancy as well, and in being a personal trainer, I know my body quite well, so I knew I was pregnant from really early on, from about 3.5 weeks. I knew that I was going to be doing it on my own, so of course I had all those, all those feelings that pop up when you find out when you're pregnant, whether you're planning to be or not. I think we all kind of go, oh my God, this? How am I going to do it? What am I going to do? I was going from being a busy personal trainer in London, working from 6 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, Monday till Friday, and then doing a few hours Saturday and Sunday as well. Living, just kind of suiting myself, paying for, things that I wanted to all of a sudden going to be a mum and thinking, oh my God, what do I do? Am I going to be good? What do you do? And I think we all go through those feelings, but I just remember that one thing, thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it work, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I do the best job I can. Of course, it's not always as simple as that, and when it comes down to it, it's a lot of trials and tribulations, going through a lot of emotion and ups and downs, no matter what circumstance that you're in. I moved from London to Aberdeen at 30 weeks pregnant, so I am actually from Aberdeen, and I wanted to move back here because I knew that I could have Ruby grow up in an area where there are beaches and rivers and parks and nice clean air, and unfortunately it's a lot safer. Well, not unfortunately, but unfortunately for the likes of London. I love London, but I just find it so much safer here. So you actually find that making even things like huge moves, so a lot of people move in pregnancy or just after they've had babies. These can be things that onset things like postnatal depression, postnatal anxiety. Now, I suffered from pre and postnatal depression and anxiety, and they're rough. They're really, really tough, and they can actually affect mothers that have never had any issue with their mental health whatsoever. So it can be quite a terrifying time, and with all the perfect mums and people bandied about on Instagram, where it's a very skewed version, nobody's showing their true selves. So I wanted to be able to share my story and everything that I've gone through and the little things that have helped me to get through. I lost both my parents, my mum actually a year before I fell pregnant with Ruby, and I lost both of them to alcohol abuse. So it's really rough to deal with. There's a lot of fallout from that, and again, it's something not really anybody talks about, even though it's very prevalent. Not even now, it has been for a long time, but there's still this stigma and this taboo attached to it, and it's another part of my journey that I really want to cover. So I'm hoping that by talking about my experiences and how I've dealt with things, it can help others to either relate and feel like they're not completely alone in it, or just to kind of take what I've done, and if it helps them, then amazing. Going back into my personal career, my career journey. So I'm a personal trainer. I've worked in fitness for 10 years now, just over 10 years. I, at a point, was actually the brand ambassador for a big fitness company while I was in London. So I did a lot of their media, contributing to articles for magazines and newspapers, so like InStyle. I did something with a journalist from GQ, women's running, women's fitness, Daily Mail. I did a lot of stuff correcting sort of things that they were putting out. So I've done some really cool things, and of course I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of clients to help them improve their fitness, their well-being, help them feel fitter, stronger, happier, and just more confident in themselves. So, you know, it's been a really rewarding job. And since having Ruby, I set up my Strong Mama Moves classes. So this is the Strong Mama Moves channel, and this is where I'm going to branch out more into just everything. I set up the Strong Mama Moves classes in the depths of my insomnia and postnatal depression, knowing that, you know, when you've just had a baby, you can feel quite sensitive, and you want to feel good about yourself. You want to get back into fitness or start fitness, but going back to the gym can be really intimidating. Issues with childcare, again, that can be something that, you know, is a barrier to exercise. So I thought, in setting up the Strong Mama Moves, I could set up some classes where mums could bring their babies, and they could be around mums that were in the same place, had the same goals. They would be able to talk to each other about, you know, the different stages that all their babies were and things that they might be going through. And I thought this would be something really cool to set up. So I'm really proud of that. We have 2 classes at the moment, and I'm away to start mum and toddler classes to kind of tie in with where I am with Ruby and the kind of things that I do with her. But I'm also going to go back into the pregnancy exercises, because I did a lot of training myself in pregnancy, and looking after yourself in your pregnancy can help with, you know, getting back to fitness afterwards, so after you've had the baby. But it can also help you feel more comfortable, and yeah, again, give you a little bit more energy when you're actually in your pregnancy. So I want to share on this channel as well some workouts that I do at home with my little girl, or just by myself, that are nice and quick that you can do. And I'm also going to go into some well-being tips, so things that I used to help me get through my postnatal depression and anxiety, or just day-to-day mum guilt. Using teeny tiny little additions to your day that make everything a little bit easier. So I'm going to focus on a positive thought, a positive action, and a positive interaction, because interacting with other people, again, is what's going to help you lift that mood. Even though you might want to hide away and not really be around anyone or share how you're feeling, it's good to accept kind of support and love from people that are there to help you. And I'm going to look at and explore different ways that you can interact with people without necessarily putting yourself out there. Lastly, I guess I will touch again on the insomnia. So a lot of mums have problems with insomnia, not sleeping. Their baby maybe doesn't sleep, and when you have problems with your sleep, this is where you're more likely to have issues with your mental well-being as well. So you're more emotionally reactive, everything feels so much worse, your mood dips. It also makes you more likely to grab the salty, sugary, fatty, carby, you know, the treat foods, and this is where we can sometimes add a little bit more weight, and then it's that vicious cycle of just whole mess of crap. So I'm going to look at that. So in my postnatal depression and situational depression, I had to deal with some abandonment there. I was in so much emotional pain that I ended up getting insomnia to the point where I was sleeping as little as 2 hours for 7 months, which is, it's just insane. It's as bad as it sounds. But I did get through, and I got through every single day, and it was just taking each day as it came. And I went back to the doctors so many times, upwards of 20 times, asking them for help. But with the health service being so overrun, you know, they just kind of, they have a habit of just kind of fobbing you off. They'll offer you tablets and self-referral counselling. Now, anyone who has depression issues will vouch for me here that the last thing you want to do is call someone up to ask for counselling when you've already made such a huge step in going to the doctors to ask for that help. Eventually I ended up applying therapy to remedy my insomnia using Dr. Guy Meadows' The Sleep Book. Incredible. And it worked, but you know, it took a lot of mental grit. So I'm hoping that I can help you out a little bit with ideas of just how to get through not sleeping very well and how to still live well and live amazing in that until the point that you are sleeping a little bit better. I'm hoping to get some interviews with people that I have found helpful, useful in this time to give you a little bit more insight on all of these areas as well. So any feedback that anyone has, things that you want to see, want me to talk about, please just drop a comment in the comments box, fire me an email to my strongmamamoves@gmail.com, and of course all my links are on my page as well. So for my Instagram, my blog as well, so covering my entire story, and the Facebook page, there are links to all of those. So if you check them out, there's plenty of you know, ideas and things in there as well. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy joining me on this journey. Bye.